Planet Vero Studio is powered by the Nolan Group of eXp Realty. Cindy Grossman. New York City born and raised, luxury retail management was her game. Saks Fifth Avenue and Nordstrom were her jewelry playgrounds. Had enough at 38, fled to Miami, where Neiman Marcus Bal Harbour found her. Recruited to Mont Blanc, where her regional position challenged her. Met her husband 4 years ago, and Brevard County she did go. COVID hit, she needed a new career fit. Age-defying beauty with Mary Kay, she did say. And now, here's Cindy Grossman.
Hello, 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 and welcome to Mesmerize the Mirror at Any Age. Mitch, you came back.
Cindy, thank you for having me here.
Thanks so much. And Jesse, thank you for being here and making this all possible.
Yeah,
we really
thanks for allowing
appreciate
me.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we're if our listeners didn't tune in to our last show, we are happy to bring back Rachel West, the owner and CEO of Ocean Crest Bookkeeping. Now, hopefully you all did see our last show because we talked all about the skills of bookkeeping and why it is a must to have a bookkeeper. Well, I feel like whether you're an individual who's busy just doing things or a small business, medium business, you should have a bookkeeper because I think having that extra pair of eyes on your numbers, which is so important, is something that you should invest in. And you know, who wants to do a bank reconciliation at the end of the month? That's not
Rachel does.
Rachel does. Exactly.
And it's not only the reconciliation, but she helps you understand what you're spending money on, what's profitable, what's not profitable, things to think about and ponder. So that's very important because you can lose sight of that.
And one thing we didn't touch upon, but I know Rachel has mentioned it, she can manage accounts payable, accounts receivable as well, correct?
Correct.
Yes. And that's also a big thing. So for this second part of our show, we're talking all about year end. And as we approach year end, it's something I think that makes people a little nervous. It's taxes, and you know, if you don't have a bookkeeper, you may not even know where your profit level is, or if you did make a profit, if you're gonna, have to show a loss, and what does that entail, and does that mean I do have to pay taxes on a lot? It's just very confusing. So I think having a bookkeeper is extremely important. So what are some of the things that you feel, whether it's an individual or a business, need to really have ready if you're going to come in and, let's say, maybe just, do a year end for people?
I mean, the biggest thing is, as far as the end of the year goes, the more organized you are and the more caught up everything is, the less chance you're going to have to file an extension and pay penalties and all that thing. It's expensive to be late with filing your taxes. And unfortunately, what happens quite a bit is folks go to their tax preparer, their CPA, and the CPA, they're just like, oh, no, this is not ready for me. This needs to be caught up. This needs to be cleaned up, this and that. So the end of the year is really about getting everything buttoned up. All the expenses through December 31st need to be entered so that you can maximize any kind of deductions. All of your income needs to be maximized so that, you're not carrying over like bad debts and that kind of thing. So all your bills, getting everything tracked, getting it in the system, getting on those accounts that might not have been paying you in a timely manner, getting that income in, and, just really getting as much information as you can on the books in an accurate way so that your tax preparer has a good picture of where your money's gone, where it came from, and they can then, leverage all those tricky IRS rules that they love to deal with, and I don't.
For sure. Now, I see, to me, you're the best liaison between, let's say, myself and my accountant. You know, you have the bookkeeper. Bookkeeper has been doing hopefully doing your books all year, that if a question does come up, you could even help, answer the questions and really guide the person through, as they reach that point. I mean, I know I just went through something that the accountant came back to me and he's like, I gave him all the receipts and he kind of pushed them back at me and he's like, oh no, you're going to figure this all out. We're going to give you a spreadsheet and everything's going on that spreadsheet. That's why I spoke to Rachel just this morning and I said, please come to my house, come, set up the QuickBooks in my computer. So at least every month it's easier to really know, what's going on and really the expenses versus the revenue coming into the business and really can understand it. And then at the end of the year, hopefully it's a click of a button and it goes right off to the accountant. I'm not stuck doing that huge spreadsheet. But Rachel, what happens in that case? You have somebody who calls you in a panic, and I'm sure this happens all the time. And they're like, oh, my accountant is just like, he won't accept what I'm talking about. And, I need your help. I mean, do you go back like 12 months now and like try to figure things out?
Honestly, I've had a couple clients where I've had to go back a couple of years.
Wow.
It really is based on when is the last time you filed your taxes. And there's an alarming number of people that are filing, late and getting extension after extension. And it's unfortunate because it is expensive to do that. It's generally speaking, when people think about outsourcing anything, to them, it's another bill they don't want to pay. But, paying a bookkeeper to keep you up to date and current is so much better than paying the IRS in fees and penalties because you're filing late.
That's for sure. Absolutely. And so basically, if they're on the QuickBooks, which is what you suggest, you're able to do all the final numbers of the year, and then that can, that could be discussed with the client. And then do you work directly with their accountants, or do they say, okay, now I have this paperwork, I'll take it to my accountant? Or do you work with their accountants?
It's actually gone both ways. Some folks really, they do not want to deal with it, except in the sense that, they need to know what to do to tax strategies and that kind of thing. And so, and the nice thing is for them, in my case particularly, I do have an accounting background. So I can, liaison fairly well with these CPAs and understand, what they need from me. I will say this, not every bookkeeper has a background in accounting. There is no requirement for bookkeepers to be licensed or certified in any way. So, whether it's me or someone else, if you're hiring a bookkeeper, just ask about their experience.
Right. That's for sure. Know that they're experienced, know that they can, really take care of what you need taken care of. That's for sure. Yeah.
When the numbers are all added up at the end of the year and the ledgers are balanced, do you also sit down with the clients and go over the numbers with them and explain what worked, what didn't work, planning for the next year?
Some businesses have a dedicated CPA that do that for them. Most of the time it's smaller businesses that generally just work with a tax preparer once a year to file their taxes. Yeah, that is something that we do because, like I said, it's not just for compliance, it's knowing what's happening in your business. And honestly, waiting till the end of the year is probably my least favorite way to do that. Looking at it monthly or quarterly is much more informational and valuable to a business owner. But yeah, the reports that we pull, and sometimes there's the standard balance sheet, profit loss statement, all that kind of thing. But sometimes clients need something a little more specialized, and that's where someone who really knows how to maximize the software is helpful, because just depending on their industry. For example, the roofer wants to know which jobs were profitable or more profitable than others, and where are their biggest expenses and that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's extremely helpful. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with Rachel.
Need an enlightening pick-me-up? Visit Kristen and Cindy at Skinergy to energize your skin and keep it looking fabulous forever. Kristen can help with hair removal, sugaring to keep your whole body smooth and conditioned. Kristen will help you refresh and defend your skin while giving you a customized facial. Cindy helps skinergize and get you camera ready for your everyday look or special occasion. Visit Kristen and Cindy at Skinergy. Find them on Facebook under the Skinergy Squad.
Right now at Sunshine Furniture, it's holiday sale time. They are clearing out their warehouses to make room for new furniture styles, and this means you can save on selected styles from Lloyd Flanders, Beechcraft, Windward, Riverside, Universal, Caprice, Four Seasons, and more. Sofas, dining sets, patio groups, occasional chairs, cabinets, bedroom sets, and occasional tables. There are lots of pieces on sale from inside and out, just in time to make Santa say ho ho ho. Sunshine Furniture has the largest selection of coastal furniture anywhere, including a gallery of Tommy Bahama Home and a Universal Coastal Living collections. Visit Sunshine Furniture now for their holiday sale. And right now, all pictures, lamps, and accessories are half price. Sunshine Furniture, $12.95 US 1 in Vero Beach. Online at sunshinefurniturecasual.com. And don't forget to shop their outlet and sell store just across the street.
Sunshine Furniture.
At Compass Pest Control, we focus on killing pests where they live and breed by terminating them outside your home or office before they can get in. Hi, I'm Chris Hudman, co-owner of Compass Pest Control. We prevent roaches, ants, and other pests from getting inside with a proactive approach. We don't stop there. We also offer lawn and plant health programs. And we'll never sell you something you don't need. At Compass Pest Control, our prices are competitive. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Get a free estimate. Visit compasspests.com.
For 34 years, the Port St. Lucie High School Drama Department has presented the best musicals on the Treasure Coast. This January, we premiere one of our biggest shows ever, Anything Goes, the hit comedy musical, featuring a cast of 40, classic songs by Cole Porter, a live orchestra, and tap dancing. Tickets are only $20 and are on sale now at the following locations: Perkins in Port St. Lucie, Vivid in St. Lucie West, Joy's Ice Cream in Fort Pierce, and Honey Baked Ham in Stuart. Please get your tickets early as performances will sell out. For more information, visit pslhsdrama.com.
The law offices of Goldman, Monahan, Tucker, and Bettine is here to help you with your personal legal challenges, business needs, and real estate matters. Since 1984, we have assisted countless numbers of Florida individuals and businesses with their legal issues, from trusts and estates, wills, real estate, and civil or criminal litigation. We pride ourselves on maintaining lifelong client relationships and would appreciate the opportunity to assist you and your family as well. Please call 321-639-1320 for further information on the law offices of Goldman, Monahan, Tucker, and Bettine. I'm a non-attorney spokesman.
And we're back mesmerizing the mirror at any age with Rachel West from Ocean Crest Bookkeeping. One question I had, Rachel. Now, people's finances, it's a very delicate subject. How do you approach it with them that, of course, everything is extremely confidential and nothing is discussed? And you did mention your lawyer before. Make sure you have signed contracts and things like that. So, I mean, I'm sure that comes up.
Some clients are more sensitive to that than others. I do try to, again, a lot of my role is education. So I just explain the tools that I use to have documents signed, and how do I keep their data secure. And, of course, cybersecurity is a big topic for anybody, whether it's your business, individual. And So, as a matter of just professional, being a professional, and it's just, that's one area that I don't skimp on,
Rachel, what do you see amongst your clients, especially your new clients, that people do wrong, especially at the end of the year? What are they not doing when they come to you? What have they not done that they should have done, that you help them with, and they don't do going forward?
Right.
What are some common mistakes?
The one thing I want to say is waiting. Like, the longer you wait, the worse it gets. If you have any kind of, concerns, issues, there's a tendency to, I know some people have said, oh, I need to get this cleaned up before I can hire a bookkeeper. I mean, that's the bookkeeper's job, to help you get it cleaned up. And there's nothing that we haven't seen. There's no mess that we have not seen. It's a lot like wanting to clean your house before your housekeeper comes over. So I totally get it.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, people tend to be embarrassed, but at the same time, it's like, I understand. I mean, I'm a business owner too. I completely understand how fast time flies. And, you might not even have realized how behind you're getting, because in your mind, you're thinking, oh, I'm going to get to that. But, as a busy person, with, your personal and business life, sometimes it's just hard to get to it. So I'd say number one, the big thing is just waiting, and playing the waiting game, because it's not going to get any better the longer you wait. It's going to get worse. And the other thing is just, the commingling of personal and business. If you're in business and you do not have a separate business bank account that you are using exclusively for business, that's a problem. That's a flag for the IRS, quite frankly, for audits. And it makes the bookkeeping side very messy, time consuming, which, is more money. It's just so, and to be honest, things happen. I myself have accidentally used the wrong card at a store that I was, making a business purchase for. So it happens. But as much as you can minimize that kind of thing, the better off you are, as far as, number one, keeping your books, clean and organized and all that kind of stuff, as well as avoiding trouble with our friends at the IRS.
So if people have a corporation, pay yourself a salary from your corporate account, put that money into your personal account, pay your personal expenses from that account, your personal account, and then use your business account for business expenses. And that keeps a clean bookkeeping trail for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
You have to.
yeah, that's very important.
Have you ever had to go through an audit?
I have not. And I will tell you that, there are certain red flags that auditor, of course, they're hiring more, they say, so who knows, that could change. But there's certain red flags they look for. And quite frankly, if you have an honest, ethical bookkeeper who knows what they're doing, you're going to limit that kind of exposure for yourself.
Yeah, the whole idea is to avoid an audit at all costs, and report things fairly and accurately, so you don't have to sit down with the IRS agent later in the year. That's for sure. Not pleasant. Not pleasant. I've had to do that for clients, and not something that's enjoyable.
Yeah, even when it's all good, it's an uncomfortable situation to be in. But if you are all good, it's a lot more comfortable than it could be.
Yes, yeah. It's relief, though. I think you give people peace of mind. I think you're right about the procrastination part, because frankly, no one wants to have to go back and figure it out. But it's important. And I like the fact that you emphasize planning. Planning for next year. Even though we're at the end of the year, let's plan for next year and see how we did this year, and we can plan better.
Exactly. And if you're always playing catch up, you don't get that benefit. You know, that's really one of the biggest things you can do as a business owner is understand where you're going and have a plan and a strategy. And if you don't really know where you've been and what's been happening, how do you strategize, right?
Yeah, just wishful. What did I hear the other day? Denial. The denial is not a strategy. You know, it's a river. So you have to have a strategy. If you don't, again, an expression. If you don't plan to succeed, or you don't have a plan to fail.
Absolutely.
So you have to have a plan.
Yes.
Sure. Rachel, please let our listeners know how they can reach you and how they can possibly hire you for their year end, because 2022 is ending very quickly.
Yes, I'm at oceancrestbk.com. My phone number is 407-906-6645. You can find me and message me on Instagram, find me and message me on Facebook. There's my email at the top, rachel@oceancrestbk.com. And all of those ways we'll be able to get together and find out how I can help you out.
And Rachel has clients not just locally, but all over the state, country. I don't know if you have them in the world, but we have them all over. And you don't have to go to their office to help them, given our
She can do
technology.
everything virtual, so be sure to be on top of your books, and Rachel can certainly help you with that. Rachel, thank you so much for coming on. This was great. Great knowledge, great help for people. And I know there are people, years and years they go by and they think, magically it's going to get better, and it doesn't. So call Rachel. Yes. She will definitely help you.
Thank you for having me. It's a good, timely topic because, as I say, panic early. Now's the time.
Thank you so much.